Hey everyone, I figured it was time for another good vlog where I just sit and just kind of do this and you either silently entertained and amused or you're grimacing listening to my voice. So anyway, it poured rain today, all day, and of course I drove my bus in it for the morning run and the afternoon run. I actually drove my own elementary kids this morning. Big surprise. Yes, because we've been so short-handed, and so many people have been calling in sick lately because the weather's been like doing this like hot cold because this is the Ohio Valley and it's terrible here. It's like part hell on earth, part ice age. It's so strange. But anyway, people have been calling in sick like crazy. We're short-handed and understaffed anyhow. So in order to get all of the routes covered, we have to like put double groups of kids onto buses. And all last week and yesterday, I basically did not drive my own elementary route. Also the week before last week too. I was basically being sent all over the place to pick up other kids that go to different schools, and not even that, bus routes that are assigned to my bus compound. Like, I had to go all the way to the south end of Louisville, like deep in the crevices of the south end of Louisville. And Louisville people who are watching this, you know what I mean by the crevices. I mean out by Churchill Downs. Like, it's like kind of where like it's Churchill Downs, and then it's like kind of ghetto, like total like fucking like ghetto ass, like white trash hillbilly. And then like every other third house is like neat and clean with decent people living in it and stuff, and there's not a meth lab. So yeah, I had to go all the way out there to pick up some kids, and honestly the kids in that area of town, they weren't that bad. Just they were so silly. Like, some of the stuff they would say was hilarious. And so yeah, this morning I actually drove my own route, and the woman who had been driving my elementary route and picking up my kids had to double up her kids and my kids onto her bus to take them to the same elementary school. And so she's been telling me about all the wonderful things that some of the students on my bus have been doing, and by wonderful I mean absolutely shitty. So yeah, and apparently they picked up some bad habits while she's been driving them, because she allows her kids to eat on the bus, and she will even like snack on chips or Cheetos or whatever she can get her hands on while she's driving. And what really bothers me about this is every time I see this woman, she's got a bag of chips, if not just with her, if not with her, then she's just chowing down. I mean, and she's rail thin. I mean, she's as skinny as she's like this seam ripper right here. Just like a little bitty little, like a little fidget. And so, anyhow, she's been telling me all this stuff they've been doing, and that some of them kind of like are annoying, or stuff that she's just not used to because she doesn't know them. But I think they've picked up some bad habits, because this morning, a little boy, I know exactly who did this. I know exactly who it was because I saw it in his hand. He wasn't clever enough to hide it. Was eating fruit snacks on my bus. He got onto the bus this morning at his stop, and he had like a little packet of some fruit snacks. And he sat down in his seat and scooted all the way over against the window, and then two other little kids sit next to him in the seat. And I heard the plastic crinkling, and I knew somebody was eating, and I wasn't totally sure if it was him. I mean, I suspected, I knew it was probably him. It was very likely him. However, you can't just automatically pin something on a kid like that. Like, you can't just like jump on him and call him out on it right away if you're not completely sure. You have to be 100% sure sometimes, especially if you want to be taken seriously by the kids. If you don't want to be taken as like if you don't want them to think that you're just this overzealous like Nazi about like food and stuff and rules on the bus. But I mean, they do know that I will punish them for bringing food onto the bus. If you eat on the bus and I know it was you, I mean, from elementary kids, what I do is after I dismiss them off the bus in the morning, after I let them go, the one or two kids who I know were eating, I'll have them stay on the bus, and they can spend 5 or 10 minutes, bending over and picking up little bits of trash and whatnot off the floor. And then once they do that, then I'll sweep. But, the whole point is to teach them that somebody has to, when they eat on the bus and make a mess, someone has to clean it up. And, you know, it's basically teaching them to use consideration and manners when you're in someone else's space. It's my bus. Well, technically it belongs to the school district, but I mean, I'm responsible for it. I have to sweep it. I have to lift up those freaking seats and scrape all the paper and trash wads that that kids shove down in there. And so, you know, it's like, you know, if I know you made the mess, then I'm going to make you clean it up and then some, so that you know what it's like to clean up someone else's mess. I mean, that's just how it is. So, and also I can't stand the idea of like raccoons or bugs, because raccoons do get on the buses overnight, because they can just go right through the door. The door's just open. I mean, they just open right up. They can just go on in the bus and basically have like the floor buffet. Let's see. In my 5 years of driving a school bus, I have learned what raccoons like to eat. They like to eat hot fries. They like to eat potato chips. They like to eat Oreo cookies. They like to eat chocolate chip cookies. They like Pop-Tarts. They like hard-boiled eggs. They like jelly beans. They like M&Ms, Skittles. Oh, they also like suckers. They'll actually like eat the sucker and then like eat the end of the stick too, because it's sweet, I guess. Let's see. They like bologna sandwiches. Yeah, that was my fault. They like fruit cups. Like they'll claw the plastic seal off the little plastic cup, and they'll eat the fruit out. They like bananas. They like tomatoes. Oh, they like Capri Sun juice packs. Yeah, these are all things that at some point or another have been left on my bus, either by me overnight by accident or by my kids on the floor, and I just was too disgruntled in the afternoon to deal with it right away. So, yeah. Raccoons, the raccoons around the bus compound are very fat. They're very well fed. So, anyway. It was a rough day at work today. It was another day where I wanted to call in sick so bad, because I was actually afraid they were going to have me drive someone else's elementary route again. And also because my throat was really hurting. I was hacking and coughing really hard again last night. Didn't sleep very well, and it just wasn't any good today. So tomorrow's Wednesday, and then after that, just 2 more days. Just 2 more days. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. So, and then actually, then next week we get a day off. It's election day of the primaries, I think. I just know that I'm supposed to go to my polling place and vote for for who I want the Democratic candidate to be, and I want Bernie Sanders. And if Bernie doesn't get it, I'll still vote for Hillary when it comes to the actual presidential election. Because I'm not one of those dum-dums who's going to sit there and go, well, if the candidate I want doesn't get the nomination, then I'm going to write in the name of the candidate that I want. And like so many people are saying this, I'm like, you fucking dumbass. First of all, write-ins don't count in all states. And number 2, if half of the Democratic voters are voting for one person and the other half of them are writing in, basically, a write-in counts as a non-vote, essentially, in a lot of states. And what's going to happen is if the Democratic voters are divided, we're going to get stuck with fucking Donald Trump as President of the United States. Oh my God. Ugh. You know, and people used to joke about this off and on over the years. I mean, in recent years, that Donald Trump kept running his mouth, blabbering on about how he wanted to run for president, and I didn't take it seriously. And I used to joke with my friends, and like, I mean, especially my liberal, like, Democratic friends, like, I was like, oh yeah, I hope Donald Trump runs for president, because that'll be an easy win for the Democrats. I'm busy. But, I mean, like, now that he actually is running for president, and he's gotten so much support and so many people that like him or whatever, I mean, he has courted the support of pretty much, like, I call them the non-humans, like the people who just are very poorly educated, were raised pretty much in a small town that they have no experience outside that tiny little, like, pruned world where they grew up. They're basically religious wackadoo nuts. They're reality TV fanatics too, a lot of them, because actually a lot of those, like, people that watch reality TV, since they don't have since they never go anywhere or do anything, and they're stuck in their own little tiny town, that's like their only, like, outside window to the world, and they're entertained by it. And they idolize these people on reality TV. I mean, that's what Donald Trump is. He's a reality TV star. I mean, he's basically, he's a fucking freak show at the circus. I mean, and these people, these rednecks and religious nutbags, I guess you could say, just eat it up. They just gobble it up. And all this crap that he says, I mean, he's obviously, he's extremely sexist. He's prejudiced towards women, prejudiced towards anyone who's not white or doesn't speak English. He's a snob. Basically, what his goal is, I guess, is to just make himself president and then change the rules so that everything only directly benefits him and his super wealthy ilk. So, I mean, it's his only goal. And all these dumb people who basically are going to vote against their own best interests when they say they want Trump. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm about to just lose faith in humanity completely. Wow. And so, if that thing that becomes our president, then, I mean, I'm honestly a little bit terrified. I mean, but I honestly thought it would be an easy win for the Democrats. I'm starting to actually worry and, like, see that, like, oh my gosh, like, this many people actually like Donald Trump and are saying, oh, well, he speaks his mind. I mean, he doesn't speak his mind. He speaks your mind. That's why you like him. Because he speaks your mind. It's called pandering. It's called courting. It's called culling. It's called persuasion. It's called mindfuck. You're being mindfucked by this guy. He's tricking you into voting for him so he can basically put himself in charge and then make everything wonderful for him and his rich people friends. I don't know. Disgusting. I would vote for Howard Stern before I would vote for Donald Trump. Let me say that. I mean, if you're talking like TV or radio or, you know, public figures, you know, celebrities, comedians, you know, those types, yeah. Honestly, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so. And people at work want to shoot their mouth off about it, too. And this idiot that I work with, I mean, he's a well-meaning idiot, but an annoying idiot and a freaking racist redneck to boot, was saying, or today he was shooting his mouth off. I was sitting at the table behind me, and him and this other guy were talking, and I overheard him. He suddenly goes, Ivana Trump's gonna be the first lady. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I thought, well, what the fuck? And so I kind of started eavesdropping a little bit because I wanted to hear more. I mean, not that I wanted to hear more, but, you know, I would just want to know, why is he saying that Ivana Trump is going to be the first lady? Does he not understand that in order to be the first lady, a woman has to be married to the guy who's president of the United States? You know, not his ex. And does he not realize that Donald Trump is not married to Ivana anymore? He's married to Melania or whatever. Yeah. So, and then he said it out loud again. Ivana Trump's going to be the first lady. And I turned around and looked at him and I said, Ivana's not married to Donald Trump anymore. He goes, well, she's still going to be the first lady. I said, no, she's not. You have to, the woman who has to be the wife of the president in order to be called the first lady. And he just, like, stared at me kind of like he couldn't, he was going, he couldn't figure out what to say. Like, he had been given a fact and he couldn't handle that. Yeah. Welcome to America. Yeah. So, yeah, there was this huge rally today, or it's supposed to be happening right now. It's 5:30. Yeah, I guess a lot of people would be showing up for it right now. For Jefferson County Public School employees, this big rally that they're holding. Basically what they want is to have our superintendent, who is a dumbass, removed from her position because she keeps screwing up the budget, and she basically she's shady. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on that, a trail of money, you know, that's stuff that's unaccounted for, stuff that, you know, is supposed to be going to certain places and it's not showing up there, and she's screwing around with the money, she's cooking the books. So, and she's also, you know, making all these ridiculous policies. She has proposed policies to where no more school or bus suspensions for students, which is utter bullshit because, first of all, there's already a great deal of lack of discipline and lack of consistency in our schools, to where basically we've already managed to facilitate the notion that kids can just do whatever the hell they want, and there'll be no repercussions for it. And so now she wants to make it even worse. So I'm kind of wondering, like what the hell? I mean, where do people like this come from? Like where they think it's a good idea to take discipline out of schools? It doesn't matter. I'm about to kiss this job goodbye anyway. Well, not kiss it goodbye, more like shove it off a cliff. So, yeah. There's this huge rally going on right now down at one of the public school like office buildings. So the goal is to get her removed from office, or get her to basically get things straightened out and be more transparent with regards to what all goes on behind closed doors with her office and her administrative staff. And so, I mean, it's just reached such a boiling point. Everybody's so sick of her. So, I mean, if it wasn't pouring rain right now and I was not exhausted from dealing with crap all day today, then I'd be down there too. But it is pouring rain, and I did deal with crap all day today, and I am exhausted. I mean, you can hear it in my voice. Like, my voice is shot because I've been coughing and hacking, and like having to shout at my kids. That also definitely destroys my voice. So I've got a really loud gym whistle that my mom gave me. It's really old. It's like 35 years old. I mean, shit, it's like got to be from like 1970 something. But yeah, my mom gave me this gym whistle earlier, and like back in the winter when I lost my voice, and the only way I could get the kids' attention on my bus to get them to shut up so I could say something was to blow the whistle, which we're really not allowed to have whistles on our buses, but people do it all the time anyway, so they don't have to shout and destroy their voice. So, but I'm an idiot. I shout and destroy my voice. So yeah, so I've got a whistle, and I'm going to take it with me tomorrow if I need it. In fact, I probably ought to get it and like stick it in my purse as soon as I'm done making this video. That way, if I forget, oh, I don't have to worry, it's in my purse. So, oh boy. I'm just really excited to have like a cold beer to come home to. So, yeah, I got another DIY video coming up. I'm actually gothifying and punkifying a pair of pants belonging to my boyfriend, Brian. Some time ago when he was in town, I think this is as long ago as like either Christmas or when Louder Than Life was happening, or Thanksgiving or something like that. I mean, it was back like in the fall or maybe December. He left a pair of pants here and said, oh hey, would you mind doing this? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do it. And like, so it took the pants and like folded them up and just kind of forgot about them, and he mentioned it, and and then I like freaked out and apologized, and he's been pretty understanding that I'm busy and stuff. I can't just like drop what I'm doing and just fit and like whip together these pants that he wants. So I've started on them, and I think I've got a pretty good start, and hopefully I don't fuck them up. And I told him this. I said I don't have experience doing what I'm doing. I'm just kind of winging it and using my common sense and thinking on my feet. So if I fuck them up, you'll forgive me, right? And he's like, well, of course I'll forgive you. He's like, I'll just give you another pair of pants. And so, yeah, no big deal. And so I've been working on some stuff to sell at Rock on the Range, and I also want to work on some stuff for my daughter, and I also want to make some stuff to send to other YouTubers. So, because the pins that I sent to Toxic Tears, she got them, she received them, and she daintily organized them, but daintily arranged them, I think, into this really cute little black, like, gothic looking ceramic little mug thing on a windowsill in a bedroom where she lives with her boyfriend. And I saw them in the background of one of her videos like maybe a couple of weeks ago, and I commented on her video like, oh, those are some really lovely decorations you have on your windowsill there, And then so she replied and said, oh, did you see my Instagram post? And I'm like, oh shit, I'm not on Instagram. And so I finally did sign up on Instagram. On Instagram, I am Michelle Darkling, MICHELLEDARKLING. It's like all one word, smushed together, Michelle Darkling, on Instagram if you want to follow me there. So anyway, I got on Instagram and had a look at her. I went straight to her page and like found the picture of the pens. And basically, like, she was saying, oh, this, another YouTuber sent me these pins. They look so lovely, and there's some other stuff too, and so, like, I just really, like, made me like, I was so happy that she was happy with them. And so I think that's one nice thing about YouTube is, like, even though you can't really message each other, I don't think you can anyway. People can still send each other shit. In fact, I'm actually thinking about doing like my Amazon wish list, beefing it up really good with like art and craft supplies that I need or want or need or whatever. And in fact, I think I'm going to do that. Here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you guys my email address. And if you guys want to like see me do like some more DIY stuff or something in particular, of course you can comment and say, oh hey, can you please? I was wondering if you could show me or show how to do this, or can you make a video about this? But also, like, if you just want to send me supplies or something, because this stuff does get expensive and my pay is crap. So, I mean, luckily my mom occasionally will hand me $10 or $15 and say, here, just go get what you need. I know this is important to you. I know you don't have the monies and here, so here, just go get what you need. And so anyway, Amazon does actually have some pretty good stuff that would lend itself really well to the sort of stuff that I do. So if anybody like if you feel like, oh, I want to send this chick something, I'm gonna definitely keep it stuff pertaining to art and craft stuff, like, or I mean, there's a lot of stuff in my wish list on Amazon, but I'll keep it, like this stuff, like art and craft supplies, so that if you guys feel like sending me something, that's cool. And of course, if somebody does send me something, I'll definitely do, like, I'll shout out for you in a video, and I'll definitely acknowledge the sender. But anyway, like I said, not asking for handouts here. This is strictly optional. I mean, I'm not knocking on your door. This is basically just me putting it out there. Oh, by the way, if you're interested, you can do this, and I will appreciate it, or whatever. So, hang on. I'm going to actually write down my email address, and I will hold it up in front of the camera for you. So, let's see. I'm just going to use this thing. I mean, as you can see, I'm like really meticulous about like the most mundane shit, so this is going to take me just a second. Okay. Yes, it works. Hooray. Alright, now get ready to pause the video so you can write this down, because my editing skills are still extremely, like, novice level. So I'm going to hold this up. You're going to have to pause the video to write it down. So, anyway, that's LadyNephyria@yahoo.com, LadyNephyria@yahoo.com. So, anyway, and I'm pretty sure that's all you need really to look at someone's wish list on Amazon, so, yeah. Anyway, that's that. And what else? Oh yeah, I was going to show you something I made. This really cool skirt. I mean, I guess it's cool. Let me flick on another light so you can see a little better. There we go, that's better. There we go. You kind of see this skirt. It's like size 10 to 14, and it has an elastic waist. And basically what it is, I'm going to take this hanger off of here so I can show you a little better. Alright, here's the material. Okay, notice how it's like It's like the gunmetal silver with a black lace over top. See? See, there's the first layer. There's the silver. And then you can see the black lace on top of it. And it's really pretty. And so, I mean, if I lost about 20 pounds, I could probably fit this baby, but I can't. So, I'm just going to leave that there for now. So, what else? I can't really think of anything else that's going on other than the pants, but I'll start a DIY, like I'll start the video on that, and then, you know, I'll film it like in pieces, in chunks, like kind of like I did with the spider video, but the spider, and then I'll upload them one at a time, and then kind of like edit, basically, yeah, I mean, because my edit, like I said, my editing skills suck. I have no idea how to do all these things I want to do, and so, yeah. Oh, alright, well, I guess that's it. I mean, I don't really have anything else to talk about right now, so, yeah. Alright. This is like the awkward part where I want to keep talking, but there's nothing to talk about, so I'm gonna be done. So, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I guess have a wonderful evening. So, bye.